Okay, ladies, let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? So what do you do when you are over 50 and you're starting to think about retirement, or you're staring down retirement and realizing these numbers are not adding up? Maybe you didn't have enough saved. Maybe you don't even contribute to a 401k. You don't have a pension. Maybe you went through a divorce, became widowed. Lots of health issues in yourself or a family member, or life itself just wiped you out. The good news is it is not too late. So today I'm going to show you how digital products can give women over 50 and nurses like me over 50 a way to build real extra income online without going back to school. No heavy lifting, no crazy tech skills. So if this is speaking to you, hit that subscribe button because you're going to want to follow along. You're not too late. You're right where you should be. So here's the reality. Women over 50 are one of the most financially vulnerable groups. We've raised families. We've paused our career to take care of our family. We've cared for everyone else. Maybe we went through divorce, or more than one divorce, or became a widow. And suddenly retirement is here, but the money isn't. And nurses, it's the same story. We work our whole life taking care of everybody else. But pensions, if you have a pension, don't stretch like they used to. And companies don't contribute that much to your 401k, your 457, whatever type of plan you have. The burden to put that money back is on you. And Social Security, we all know that is not going to cut it. Nobody can live on that. That's what I love about digital products, because they let you turn what you already know, what you've lived, and what you've survived into income that works for you. So drop a comment if this feels familiar to you, because I want to know how many of you are thinking, yep, that's me. She's talking to me. So what are digital products? They're things like ebooks, online courses, templates, printable guides, checklists. So when I hear those words, I think of things like, how do I start preparing for retirement? Shift change report guides for nurses, tutoring guides for new nurses, study guides for the NCLEX. So the sky's the limit. Anything that you know, somebody else needs to know that too. And so you can turn that into something that you can then get paid for. And this is why they work. You create it once, but you sell it over and over and over again. And guess what? You don't have to ship it. You don't stock inventory, and you're not stocking shelves. So you don't have any money tied up in product because it's completely digital. So it's not about being a tech wizard. It's about packaging what you already know into a format that people can use. And trust me, there is a market for your experience, your knowledge, and your perspective. It could even be something as simple as, how to determine what is the best type of placement for your loved one, right? Or, a guide to nursing homes, or, what you need to do when your parent can no longer manage their finances. Do you get a power of attorney? How do you do all that? Because I was in the same boat. My mother lives 2,400 miles away, and I have to pay all of her bills. So I had to go through all of this myself. That is learned experience that can then help someone else, right? So if you want a step-by-step breakdown of how to create your first offer, my free blueprint in the description walks you through the whole process. So go to the link in the description and drop in an email so you can get the free guide. So I know you're thinking, I'm too old, I don't know tech, I don't even know what I'd sell. I had the same thoughts and fears, but here's the truth. If you can chart in an electronic medical record like Epic, you can sell a PDF. If you can send an email, you can upload a guide. And you don't even have to create it from scratch. There are done for you products that you can start selling right away because you own the master resale rights. The hardest part isn't the tech. The hardest part is giving yourself permission to start. Because especially as women, majority of us, we tend to overthink, right? Or we're pulled in so many directions that we don't feel like we can take the time to do something for us. But what if this was really something for your whole family? Because this is building a legacy. This is building generational wealth. This is changing how your family sees you. So if you're still with me, make sure that you subscribe, because in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what my 2-hour workday looks like now. So ladies and my fellow nurses, if you're over 50 and you feel like maybe you missed the boat on retirement savings, I'm here to tell you that the boat is still at the dock. You just need to step on board. You just need to put that fear and anxiety aside, because there are products out there that are already done for you that show you what the next step is. You don't have to create it from scratch. You can, but why would you want to when there are products that have been proven to work? Digital products allowed me to retire a year early at 62. The earliest I ever thought I would retire was 63. But then as I got closer, I thought it would be 65. And then I was burned out. I had to get out. And thank goodness I found digital products. It's given me flexibility, time mainly, and a future that I didn't even think was possible. And they can do the same for you. Now I travel when I want to. I have a lot of free time. I can volunteer as much as I want. I go see my elderly mother 2 or 3 times a year now, and I can stay for a month because I can work from anywhere. As long as I have my phone and Wi-Fi, I can work. So you want to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you grab the free blueprint at the link in my description and drop a comment telling me one idea that you could turn into a digital product. Because you never know. It could be your first step before freedom. I know that we like to rationalize that maybe we don't deserve this, or maybe we're not worth it, or nobody cares about what I know. But take it from one woman and nurse and mother to another. Ooh, that rhymes. You do have things that have value. You do have things that people need to hear about. Your lived experience is valuable. And for instance, one of the things that I intend to put together in a product is how to figure out if you can afford to retire, because it's a process. It is a process, and one that I had to figure out on my own. So again, hit that subscribe button, grab my free blueprint in the description, and drop a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.